geothermal technologies, there's a wind turbine on campus, all of which have practical applications, but all of which, every single inch of the building is used as a teaching tool for students in the residential building technology program. So the courses integrate all of these sort of learning pieces into what they're doing. And then the students go out, they have a great partnership with Habitat for Humanity where they're actually building energy efficiency homes within the community, using what they've learned in the classroom, in this amazing LEED building, and then going out in the community to work with contractors to put their skills into place. The other one I'll just mention quickly, Cape Cod. I mean, a similar situation. They have associate's degree, 2-year program in environmental technology, and with certifications in solar, small wind, energy auditing. They have the state of Massachusetts' first owned gold certified LEED building. And again, they have, the building was built with all of recycled materials, and they're using that, again, as a teaching tool for students who are in this program. Okay, so with a few minutes left, I just want to highlight one particular initiative that we have going at the American Association of Community Colleges, and it is funded through the Kresge Foundation, and it's a generous grant from them and the Surdna Foundation, which is, in a nutshell, it's an online clearinghouse of promising practices and information directed to community colleges, but four-year folks as well, job training providers, all of whom are interested in building or advancing any type of green job training program. This will be, I'll go through it in a minute, but the questions that we get from our members from across the country, I mean, a year ago it was sort of all about what is a green job and what's a green job in my neighborhood versus what's a green job in Seattle. Now, I mean, a year later, it's much more sophisticated. We have our community colleges that have these programs already in place, and so the questions we're getting now are, what kind of equipment do we need to be integrating into lab work for a solar thermal installation course? What kind of professional development opportunities? I mean, it's easy to get students interested in these programs, but where do you find the teachers, the faculty that are certified and know what they're doing and aren't just adjuncts? And then the certification process, I mean, across, not just green building, but energy efficiency, solar, wind. I mean, the certifications that are out there now, I mean, are just a complete maze. And so we're getting a lot of questions about, if a community college, I want to put a course together, teach to a certain certification, which ones are most widely recognized. So what we'll do is put together this resource center that will respond to these needs. Let me just say a quick thing. Eco America is our partner in this. They're an engagement marketing firm. Most of you may know them from, they were behind the ACU President's Climate Commitment. They're doing the same kind of thing with this. So I don't want to get into the weeds here, but just a quick snapshot of what you'll find in this resource center. For those of you interested, it really does cover, I mean, we're talking solar, wind, green building, energy efficiency, emerging sectors like alternative fuels, transportation, et cetera. Within that, you're going to find curricula, examples of actual curricula, syllabi, learning outcomes, things like that. Certifications, which ones are most widely recognized, certified and standards set by Department of Energy and others. Innovative practices, I showed you a few of them. We'll have lots of those that you can build off of and use. Professional development opportunities and other things. As well as sustainability across curriculum. There's a lot of resources out there. And let me say, we're not really necessarily developing a lot of new things. There's a lot of information already out there. So most of this is really us directing people to the resources that we think are really most important. And I should say, we have an advisory group of what we think are the leading experts. So this whole resource center is going to be, I mean, there's a lot of quality assurance to it. So we're not just, the last thing we want is just a resource center just full of links from everywhere. The important point in this is we have what we think are the experts here pointing us to saying, look, this is good curricula, this is a great program, these are great professional development opportunities, and then that'll be up there. So hopefully that'll be a tool, again, that you can use as you try to learn more. So it's in development, I should say. We're kicking, it'll be all unveiled in the fall, but it'll be a very user-friendly kind of website that'll be up there. And it'll also be a community of practice. So part of this whole thing is not just a static database up there. I mean, part of this is we want institutions of higher education to get on there and say, look, I'm in Louisiana, and I'm trying to put together a biofuels program, you know, what's the latest curriculum? And then you get someone in Iowa that says, hey, look, this is what we're using, this seems to work really well, and just to really build those kinds of relationships. This is my last thing, and you can be done with this HP thing. This is my little conceptual drawing. This is my way. So this whole resource center is really just a foundational piece. We as AACC really anticipate doing a lot of different things over the coming years in terms of technical assistance to community colleges and to four-year schools, webinars, leadership training, technical assistance. I say that for this reason because UNCF, Second Nature, ASHE, we're all kind of doing similar things. I say this because we're right in the smack middle of a strategic planning effort as an organization, and so we can go in a lot of different directions. So I say this in part because I would like, if there are folks out there that want to partner with us and say, hey, look, we want to get to community colleges, how do you do that? Now's the opportunity to engage with us, and we'd like to do the same with you because we want to do this in a really unified way going forward. So that's it for me. I'll be here if anybody wants to give me their card. Thanks.
Thank you, Todd. Our next speaker is Kyle Bryant. Kyle is an environmental scientist with the EPA Region 4. Kyle?
Thank you. Good afternoon, and like most of the presenters before me, I'd also like to thank Felicia for inviting me to take part in this panel. I'm going to just share with you a case study in community engagement from a Superfund community where there is also a historically black college, University of Fort Valley State, a project I worked on prior to joining the ranks of the EPA. First of all, a little background on Fort Valley, Georgia. The city of Fort Valley is near the geographic epicenter of the state. It's about 100 miles south of Atlanta in Peach County. It is the county seat of Peach County, population around 10,000. And it's an agricultural community. It's the nation's fourth largest producer of peaches, also produces pecans and soybean products, as the name Peach County denotes. It's where it used to be the largest peach producer. I think South Carolina jumped us, but also it's the home of the Bluebird Bus Company. They make the school buses for most of the nation. It's also home to Fort Valley State University, which is an 1890 land grant institution where I was an undergraduate. These are the 5 census tracts of Peach County, Georgia, and the southernmost one illustrates. That little red house in the center is where the Superfund site, the Woolfolk Chemical Works agricultural pesticides factory was located. It's also the census tract where the university is located and has the highest concentration of African American families that have less than a high school education. So this Superfund process created a unique opportunity or problem for the city. Like Fort Valley, like most southern towns, is separated along racial and socioeconomic lines by the railroad tracks. And so it's interesting.